Hey, we're going.
Yes, we are
All right.
live. We're a couple of seconds behind, but we were looking something up about the podcast. And
Yes.
thank you guys for joining us. And
Hmm.
this is the best experience with your host, Nick Best, and
Never heard
me.
him.
Never heard. And, for those who join us that are new, we like to welcome our new members, answer some
Hmm.
questions, and usually we like to dive right into that. So, you know what I'm saying?
So jumping in,
Jumping in.
jumping in right now. We'd like to thank new members. Dixon Tam, thank you very much. Rita J, thank you as well. Dang 475768, thank you very much. Longer, okay, and thank you all for joining. Uh,
Yes. And this is
question.
for our members that join. When you join a tier, because we do have a free version of the tier that gives you access to the videos and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
when you join the tier, you get your name read on the list.
Yes, you do. Okay, so first question. We got two today. So, first question. Many people have spines that aren't aligned properly, which often leads to pain and soreness in different parts of the body. What kind of exercises and fitness routines can help gradually correct the spine and bring its proper position back? Well, I'm not a chiropractor and I'm not a doctor, but
Yes.
what I can definitely tell you um, is that if it's that far out of alignment where it's causing a lot of pain, one, you should be seeing either the doctor or the chiropractor to help you get that aligned. Now, are there ways to strengthen your spine to take pressure off your spine?
Yes.
Absolutely, 100%. There's things like Zercher squats, where you carry the bar in the crook of your elbows, you squat down to the bar, hit your knees, and then you stand back up straight. This isn't done to really work your quads, it's done to work your core strength and your core stability. It will that works in a massive way. There's things like hyperextensions that are really good for your lower back to strengthen that to also help stabilize things.
Hmm.
Side bends, like one-handed dumbbell side bends, will also do a lot to make your obliques and stuff like that stronger because your obliques are probably the strongest muscles in your torso. Those things will really get strong. You're not going to have a slim waist, but your back will hurt a whole lot less when you do the side bends and stuff like that. And only go down with the dumbbell to just before your knee, and then stand back up and then squeeze at the top and come back down and squeeze at the top. That's going to do a lot to strengthen that area, but do it at your pace. Do not
Yes.
jump in and going crazy heavy weights and stuff like that. Gradually start light, even if it feels like you're not doing much, and then slowly increase the intensity as things get stronger. Do not jump right off into the deep end of the pool when you're doing these things. So start out light, work your way forwards, move increasingly heavy weights as the weeks and weeks and the workouts, add up.
Exactly.
That will make your torso stronger, which will take a lot of pressure off your spine and should take some of that pain away. But like I said, see a chiropractor or it's a doctor to also help with alignment and stuff like that as well. Do all of it, and
Yes.
they'll be able to give you some things that strengthen those as well.
Yeah, and,
Those are the
PT, physical therapy, and
yeah.
do never, Nick can attest to this. You do not take it lightly. You
Nope.
take it professionally. You take it.
Correct.
You take. Yeah, you need to approve. Because how many people go to physical therapy, just kind of but run through it and then don't continue it or back it
Yeah,
up
if
or
you go to physical therapy, it's not supposed to be fun and games. You're not supposed to go through the motions. Well, the doctor told me this. It's supposed to be uncomfortable,
yeah,
and it's not supposed to feel good, or it's not. It's going to be one of those things where it's like when I got the PT for my neck not too long ago from that car accident that we were in.
yeah,
They were working me pretty hard, and it was not fun or comfortable. But now I can turn my head all the way to the right again. The left was
yeah,
always okay, but the right couldn't do it.
yeah.
Back couldn't do it.
Yep,
Now I can move again. And it was not fun, but it's one of those things that you get through.
exactly.
So when you go through it with intent.
Yes,
Not don't jump into the deep end, but go through with intent. Increasingly keep slowly increasing and methodically increasing over time, and it will help. It will help. The stabilizing muscles on everything will help. Will it take the pain completely away? Probably not completely, but it
Yeah.
will lower the level that you're at, and it'll also give you way more stability, which will allow you to do more things.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Now, somebody just asked me what made me go with strongman instead of something like bodybuilding or football. Could you share a story and what the journey was like for you? Um, okay. Well, I did play football all through college, all the way
Yeah.
through my senior year of college. I played
Close to
that, but
me.
yeah, up close where you were, actually, probably about an hour from where you were. I
Yep.
was at Sonoma State, and it was a lot of fun. I had a great time, but I wasn't that big. I had like over 40 sacks in college. I was a defensive end, but I was only 220 pounds. If I was if I was the weight I am now playing then, yeah, I'd probably look at the next level. But it's okay. That was not what I was meant to do.
Mhm.
Started powerlifting in high school, and then did powerlifting after that. I was, 91, got back and did my first meet, did
Mhm.
very good in the 220s, jumped up to the 242s in 93 and competed and won the California State Championships 94 through 99 and got overall best lifter 94 through 99.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun with me. And then I did my last powerlifting meet until 2016 and 2001 here in Nevada. I broke like all the Nevada state records and
Yeah.
stuff. I squatted like 815, benched 567, and then
Mhm.
deadlifted I think 705 that day. Did a pretty solid total,
Yeah.
or maybe it was 727. I think it was 727 actually. And then I totaled like 2105 that day, I believe, and it was a lot of fun. I had a great meet,
Yeah.
stuff like that, and then my son was little and didn't really have time to compete anymore. And then when he was about 2, I got invited by Mark Philippi to go to UNLV. And Mark Philippi had won the nationals and worlds the same year I did, just the weight class over me. I was in the
Yeah.
275s, 125 kilos, and he was in the 319s, which is 145 kilos. So he won that, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come out and watch the strongman contest?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." It was like 2004. And I went out there and watched guys that I competed with in powerlifting that I beat, that I was able to beat and compete
Yeah.
against, do
Yeah.
really well, and then get handed money at the end of that. And I was like, well, this looks like fun. And my son looks up and he goes, "Dad, you're pretty strong. You should do this." And I'm like, "Absolutely, buddy. Let's give it a ride."
Hell yeah.
And I did a strongman contest in 2004 at March Air Force Base and learned a lot from that. Came back, did one in November, won that contest, and went to a pro qualifier. I think that June, I think it was June. Yeah, in June, and a month later, and got second by a point. And the guy that turned pro never really competed as a pro, but the two of us beat all the pros that were in the contest.
Yeah.
And then went to Utah and did Van Hatfield's meet in 2005 and won that one and broke the amateur deadlift record. I did like 800 pounds that day, stuff like that. So it was 2005 was the first time I officially deadlifted 800 in a contest, but it was a great show.
Mhm.
It was a pro-am. There were 7 pros in it, and basically all but the log, I beat all the pros except for one in almost all the events. In the deadlift, I beat everybody, including the pros. And then the
Yeah.
frame carry, I beat everybody but Travis. And the tire flip and Hummer drag, I beat everybody but Travis. Travis got me by like a half a second that day.
I was
The
just
log,
talking to him today.
yeah, the log, I was in the middle of the pack, and the stones, I didn't. By the time I got to the stones, I didn't even need to do them. I was so far ahead
Yeah.
of all the rest of the amateurs. I got my pro card. And then Dion yelled at me to go do the stones. So I went and did the stones, and it was a lot of fun. But that's kind of how I got into strongman and got my pro card and moved on from there. Um, Ended up doing some custody stuff with my ex-wife. Had to move back to Vegas, which was fine. And then got back in shape, competed at Van's contest again the next year where Brian Shaw turned pro. That was a lot of fun. And then went on to do a contest 2 weeks later in Philadelphia and qualified for America's Strongest Man. Then went to America's Strongest Man 2 weeks after that and got in the top 6. The top 6 were supposed to go to IFSA Worlds in 2006. That at the last minute got cut to 3 with about 8 weeks to go. And Dion's like, look, keep training like you're going. You never know what's going to happen. Well, Kevin Nee signed a contract with Metrex and went to World's Strongest Man, and that was it. He couldn't do IFSA.
Yeah.
And then John Anderson
Yeah.
was in, I think, the Ukraine doing a strongman contest where they had a sumo wrestling event, and he hurt his knee. He was out. And then Derek Poundstone was training hard doing deadlift, and he injured one of the discs in his lower back.
Whoa.
Pretty bad. Had some like blood in the disc and stuff like that. So he was out. All of a sudden I was going.
Yep.
And then I get to IFSA Worlds and the first event in Iceland in 2006. It was in November of 2006. The first event is the Farmer's Walk. And right out of the gate, I'm in the back. I'm jumping rope because it was like really cold. I wanted to break a sweat. Came out there and I was racing Benedict Magnuson of all people.
Yeah.
Who's from Iceland. It's his home turf. And he was the world record holder in the deadlift that time and still is, for a powerlifting meet. And like 1,015, I think, is what he's deadlifted.
Yeah.
And we took off, and it was 25 meters down with a turn, and the handle's inside the cylinders. So they're really difficult. You can't get the implements off your leg very easy. Make a turn, you run 25 meters, you make another turn, you run 25 meters back. And the world record was just over 50 seconds. I want to say it was 50 point something or 51. And I did it in 47.64 seconds, which beat the world record by like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And I dropped him right before the finish line, picked it up across the line. When I rounded the second corner, after the second turn, I heard Benny drop him. And I was just like stepped on the gas and went as fast as I could because my grip was starting to get a little rough at this point.
Yeah.
And I dropped him right before the finish line, picked him, just didn't even reset or nothing, just grabbed him, yanked him right back up off the ground and crossed the finish line.
Yeah.
And broke the world record. And the cameras are all running at me. I didn't know. I just turned away from him and went and cheered on Benny. Benny finishes the course and they're like looking at me and they're like, how's it feel to set the world record? And I'm like, I did what? Great.
Pump full of adrenaline.
But I pump full of adrenaline, and then it's 20 degrees in that room.
Yeah.
So it's really cold.
Yeah.
My breath's going all over the place. So your lungs are burning from the cold. Your lungs are burning from the Farmer's Walk. And that was my first international competition, the first event out of the gate. I break the world record.
Yeah.
So it was great. I ended up making the finals that year. Did really well. Ended up placing 9th overall that year, which is pretty good for not having that much experience.
Yeah.
And Travis got 10th.
Yeah.
So I was the highest finishing in American. Steve, who was Steve McDonald, who was America's Strongest Man that year, didn't make the finals. It's just luck of the draw and who he had in his heat.
Mm-hmm.
So we all had the same events. So it was a rough contest. It was very, very good. So I was pretty happy with it. So it was a lot of fun. And that's kind of how I got started in Strongman. Just went on from there.
That's it.
Yeah.
That led into a huge career.
Yeah. I ended up doing IFSA Worlds the next year as well. I went and injured because I tore my bicep 5 weeks before. But it was a muscle tear, so I couldn't really hurt it anymore. I went and competed anyway. I missed the finals by a point. And the events of the finals were good for me too.
Yeah.
But it's just that's how the bow breaks. And I was like, okay, and then they had the incidents where IFSA folded that year, all the problems with that. And then it took about almost 2.5 years to get into World's Strongest Man after that.
Yeah.
But once I got in, I went, 9 times in a row and ended up competing in 10 of them. So I was pretty happy with that. It was a lot of fun. And won the Masters World's Strongest Man in the middle of all that in 2016. Yeah. So
and you were the first world Masters
World's Strongest Man. Yeah. So I was pretty happy with all that. It was a lot of fun. Good career. I don't think it's over yet either. So
no, it's not over yet.
Never
Yeah.
know.
No. Hey, you're still young.
Young at heart, but
Yes.
some days I feel really, really strong, and other days it's like, oh, what was I thinking today? So, but I still love to train. I still love to do it. I still get out there. I still get after it, and I still
Yeah.
lift pretty darn heavy. I squatted
Yeah.
700 pretty easy
Yeah.
about a week ago.
Oh yeah.
So things are getting back to normal. I feel pretty
That's good.
good. Um, can't wait to see what this year brings.
Yes.
Speaking of World's
Absolutely.
Strongest Man,
Yes.
we got the events for the qualifying heats and for the
Yes.
finals.
That we do.
All right. So the heat events are farmer's walk into power stairs.
Yes.
So that should be pretty interesting. We don't know what the weights are or what the distances are or how many
Yeah.
power stairs there are because they like to be very vague with these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what it is. It's a farmer's walk into a power stairs. That should be pretty interesting. I think that'll be a rough event for Trey, uh,
Well.
for Trey Mitchell, and for a couple of the guys with grips that are rough. But that'll be the first event. The overhead
Mhm.
press, overhead circus medley, I think will be great for Trey. So
Oh yeah.
he'll have
Big
his
time.
worst event very first, and then he's off to the races after that. And there's a bunch of
Exactly.
guys that'll be off to the races for that.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they stack the heats.
Yep.
Really interesting to see how they stack the heats. Because there's a lot of guys that can't squat very good in this, and there's a lot of guys that can squat really good in this.
Hmm.
Martins can squat really good.
Yeah.
He's actually won that event.
Yeah.
So in the competition, so it's going to be kind of interesting. Hooper should do pretty good at that event. Hooper's good at everything he touches.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys. Lucas Hatton should do pretty good at that. Andrade should
Yep.
do really good at that. So that'll be a good event for quite a few people. So we'll see
Yeah.
how they stack the heats. They put all the big squatters in the same heat. That's going to be pretty interesting. If they
Yes.
spread them apart, it'll be
Yeah.
fun to watch. Tom Stoltman, see how that goes.
Hmm.
See which heat he gets put into as far as that goes.
Exactly.
Truck pull. Well, that's going to be pretty good for a whole bunch of guys. Going back to the squat, Evan Singleton
Yep.
should be pretty interesting with that. So,
Yep.
it's going to be pretty
Yeah. It
spicy.
like I said, the lineup so far for everyone
Mm-hmm.
that's invited, it's gonna be it's a free for all. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
there's not going to be a whole lot of places to hide.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just you're going to show up and beat the guys that are in the
Yeah.
heat. That's all you can do.
Exactly. And when those heats pop out and we get to see who's with who, that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be the biggest determining factor on like what the finals are gonna look like. Because
Yeah, and then like with the truck pull, is the truck is it going to be a truck? Is it
is it gonna be a bust like last
is it going to
year?
be a bus like the last times that they've done
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Because the bus will depend on how much air they take out of the front tires.
Yep.
Plain and simple. If they don't take a lot of air out of it, it's going to be done in like 30 seconds,
Exactly.
30 to 36 seconds.
Yep.
And the last time they did that, everybody stacked up. I mean,
Yeah.
they had what, 6 guys all within a second of each other
Exactly.
in that one, and whoever got the quickest takeoff and whoever could move their feet the fastest
Yep.
won that event.
That's it.
If it's super heavy and super hard, then it's who's the tallest
Yep.
and who's the heaviest.
Heaviest. That's it.
And who's got
Mass
the most
moves
endurance.
mass. Yeah.
It does, but then again, you get guys. Marius was known for being ungodly good at the truck pull, and he wasn't a mass monster. He was
Yeah.
just his technique was
Strong.
that good. So was Klitschko.
Yeah.
He very, very good at that event. He's also about 350 pounds, but he was super good. His technique was like unbelievable at that event.
Yeah.
So it's really gonna come down to whether it's going to be a heavy, hard pull or whether it'll be a light and easy pull, and it's just going to be speed. You won't know till the time. So the smartest thing the guys can do is train both of them.
Yes.
Train a light truck pull for speed 1 week and train a heavy truck pull that you were going to have to pull the whole time for all 60 seconds.
Exactly.
So it just kind of depends on what they do with that. And then a natural stone medley. That should be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that they got the stone over bar out of there, because it was kind of unfair to all the guys that got second and third. Because if you made it to the finals, you were
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
Your back was just done,
Burnt.
especially yeah. And then so very rarely did the guys that were second or third that make it into the
Mhm.
top five. I think Singleton did, but that might have been it.
Yeah.
But most of the guys that win the heat, maybe even Trey, but most of the guys that win the heat made the top. Their odds of making the top five were a whole lot better than the guys that had to do the stone off.
Yep.
I mean, it literally just beat people up. So it's nice to see they have a natural stone medley. Next for the finals, we got the knack medley. So if
Yep.
that's something like what they've done in the past, where you load some knack
It's gonna be the
boxes and then
yoke and
take
a
a
carry. Yeah.
I think my guess is it'll probably be some type of a yoke.
Yeah.
A yoke and like the box carries and stuff
Yeah.
like that with that. Then you have a max log. That's going to be really interesting because max log is there's some really good pressers in there that are really good with the
Real
log.
good pressers. Real.
If Austin makes it into the finals, that's going to be a good event for him. Lucas
Yeah.
will do really well with that event. Of course,
Yep.
Hooper, good luck. Hooper's
Mhm.
ungodly good at that as well. Trey's
Yeah.
really good at it. So that one's going to be who doesn't make a mistake and who's got the
Yes.
most left in them when they get to that
Yeah.
is going to be, a great event. That's going to be fun to
Exactly.
watch. Titans toss, if whatever that toss ends up being, I haven't seen what that
Yeah,
is
the
yet.
sound. Well, remember, I think it was last year when they did it where it's set far back and then they're going to have sandbags that they got to grab and to toss at a certain line.
Yeah,
I remember that's what it was.
if that's the same thing,
Yeah.
we all know who that favors.
Yeah.
So
Is what it is.
is what it is. Yeah, that'll be a good event. We'll see how that goes.
Exactly.
Deadlift for reps.
Yeah.
I love to see that in there, whether
Yeah.
it's the car or whether it's the bar or whatever. That's going to be fun to watch.
Yes.
I
It'll be
think
the
there's
barrels,
yeah, whatever it is the globes, just whatever it is that they put on there, whether it's the knack
Yep.
deadlift, whether they use the knack boxes or whatever. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch because
Yep.
deadlift for reps gets really serious really fast. My guess
Real
is there'll
fast.
be high sevens or low eights in that.
Yeah.
And then you're going to see probably anywhere between 8 and 11 reps with that, my guess,
Hey.
depending on the
Yes.
weight of it.
Yep.
Maybe even 12
Oof.
if the guys really get off on that. Some of that's going to depend on who's going to train outside in the heat
Yes.
like on the blacktop.
In the sun.
Yeah. Because you don't know how the weather is going to be. In Sacramento, it was hot and the guys were up on those rubber mats and it got pretty hot. So my advice to anybody training for this is take rubber mats, drag them out in the street, put your deadlift stuff up on top of them and deadlift outside in the heat with them.
Yep.
I mean, it could be pretty warm in late April. So it could be real nice. You never know. It could be cold.
Exactly.
I mean, the last time we were there, they had storms blowing in. So it
Yep.
cooled off, got really cool, and then the sun came out and got really hot.
Yep.
So prepare for cool, hot, whatever. Be prepared. I would prepare for the heat because if it's cooler, you're going to perform better anyway. But I would prepare for the heat. So if you're used to that, you don't melt when you get up there.
Exactly.
But that should be really good. Kind of stuff like learning how to take a breath, go down, touch the ground, and then stop and pull it off, get to the top, rebreathe, do it again. Getting used to stuff like that. Like a good way to train for that is every few weeks, go to 600 and pull as many as you can.
That's it.
If you get up into the, high teens, low 20s, you're going to do pretty good. Even if it's 800 pounds, you're going to do really well with that.
Yep.
So that's going to be fun to watch. And then of course, as always, the last one's Atlas stones. So I'm
Classic.
assuming it's classic. I'm assuming it'll be a pretty heavy set of stones, where the
Yeah.
last one will be either 462, 485, or even 500. You
Hey, I
never,
would not doubt 500 because how
yeah,
many people have been working on trying to get that 500 up on that platform?
in a
And
series, in a
yes,
series.
in a
So
series.
anything's possible. We don't know the weights that they're picking
Mhm.
yet. It's just good to be prepared. But yeah, it's going to be a good show. It's going to be fun to watch.
Oh
It
yeah.
really will. So, and Myrtle Beach is a great place to have it. It
Oh,
really
I
is.
loved it when we went that first time. Oh, it
Yeah,
was so great.
it was just an absolute blast.
Yeah,
So, kind of really looking forward to seeing how this all shakes down. It's going to be,
exactly.
I think it'll be pretty competitive. I'd be very surprised if somebody just takes it and runs off with it.
Mhm.
There's only one person I think that could probably take it and run off with it, and we all know
Yeah.
who that is.
Yeah.
So, um, we'll see how that pans out. It's going to be
That's it.
fun to watch.
That's
I
it.
encourage, if you can get to Myrtle Beach and go watch that, come
Yep.
say hi to us. I'll be walking around. You can
Yep.
come up, say hi. I'll take pictures with you, sign autographs, and
All that good stuff.
give
And
you
it's
my.
April 23rd to the
Mm,
26th,
yep.
2026.
Yeah, I miss the days where you had 4 events and you had 6 events in 4 days. You had 3 days to rest, and then you had
Yeah.
6 events in 2 days.
Oh
I
yeah.
miss
No,
I
it's
miss those
3
days.
days back to back to back.
Yeah, so this is going to be also another strongman survivor series.
That's it.
Whoever
That's
can
it.
come into those last 2 days the healthiest, has got a
Mhm.
good shot at making the top 5 when you make the
That's it.
final. So
That's it.
anyway, okay, there's my 2 cents. I'm not sure what that's worth,
Well,
but
let's get into the we can go. Let's talk Arnold because
okay, the Arnold.
Akeem,
Oh,
and we're talking the
okay,
bodybuilding section of this because Arnold is coming
yeah,
up, and
mm-hmm,
people are coming in hard for a strongman. But we don't
yeah,
cover the bodybuilding much, but we do have Akeem
mm,
Williams, a good friend of ours from
yeah,
the old
yes,
podcast Legends of Iron. So he
yeah.
will be competing. He's looking
Legends
good, looking
of
sharp.
Iron.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I think he always gets overlooked.
yeah,
I mean, when that guy comes in dialed in, good luck.
yeah,
Good luck.
exactly.
I think there's been several contests where I think he should have placed higher than what he was.
Yeah, I agree.
Truly. I
Yeah.
mean, but you can't do that. I think Hottie's got a pretty good.
I think he does too. He's coming in hot. He's got a little controversy behind him, but I
Yeah.
think he's gonna look sharp. But
Yep.
and then we have Andrew Jack.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That guy keeps getting more shredded
Shredded.
every time.
He'll be
Yes,
lean that and shredded. He has more muscles so you can see
that's it.
them. That's my bad Arnold impression. Sorry, Arnold. I don't mean to butcher your
Oh,
voice, but it's still kind of fun to do.
oh, yeah.
Like
The
I'll be
young
back.
kid coming in is Martin Fitzwater. I like him. I like
Hmm.
his attitude. I like his content, and
Yeah,
he's on the smaller side, but man, he's got a great physique.
yeah. It's going to be fun to watch him develop as time goes on and
Exactly.
keep putting on a little bit more mass and staying the lean
Mhm.
and the symmetry and stuff like that.
That's it.
It's going to be fun to watch. Seeing what Nick Walker does in this is
Oh
going to
yeah,
be
man. Hey,
really
he
interesting.
just keeps getting more gnarlier and gnarlier every time.
Mm,
So
he does.
it's yeah,
But again, he's got all this mass on him. He's
yeah,
gigantic,
yep,
but you got to tie it all together.
yeah. You have to.
Dorian had to figure that out. Dorian
Yep,
was gigantic, and then the
exactly.
moment he figured out how to fix his waistline, ooh, he just
Hmm.
he took over, and that was it until he got hurt and really
Yeah,
couldn't go after it the way he used to. He dominated, and I
yep,
really don't think anybody was going to beat him until he either quit or broke, and he ended
hundred
up
percent.
breaking.
Yep, hundred
So
percent.
we'll see. We haven't really seen somebody that dominant since maybe
No,
Phil.
no. It's been up in the water.
Phil
It's been back and
Coleman.
forth. We've had
Yeah,
multiple winners. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, we've after uh Ramy let his title go, you know what I'm saying?
hmm,
As in like, he didn't win that next year. It's
yeah,
been back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Everyone's held the title for a year. We got even for the as in the Olympia,
mhm,
Derek Lunsford came in, won it.
yeah, yeah,
So, so I'm definitely the road to the Olympia is looking really good The
Yep.
Arnold Classic is looking grilled. And for those that are listening, the Arnold Classic will be live streamed free. All right.
Mm.
And we're not sponsored, but it is presented by Jim Reaper. So that, I'm assuming they're paying and providing the live stream for free. So you can actually
Mm.
watch the Arnold Strongman, the Arnold Classic bodybuilding, and watch all the other events live streamed. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
for free. So
Yeah, that's probably what we'll be doing. So it's gonna
exactly,
be a lot of fun.
exactly. I will be watching.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm stuck to Vegas until World's Strongest Man.
Yeah,
I got a couple other things where I have to travel and do some stuff, but
yeah.
I'm going to be here in Vegas. My mom got in a car crash, and
Yes, and thoughts and prayers.
she's 75 years old. She broke 8 ribs in her wrist in 2 places, and her body's pretty bruised up. But her spirits are good.
Yeah,
She's doing really well. She's progressing actually very well. She's
good.
healing. Yeah, she's from where she was a week ago when the accident happened to where she is now. Massive difference. Very excited about that. But um, as your parents get older, you need to,
Yeah,
things like this happen.
yeah,
You spend as much time with them as you can.
absolutely.
And I love my mom, and I just need to be there and
And she
help
makes
her
a
as
hell
much
of
as
a
I can.
lasagna.
She does. She does. She absolutely does. I still got one frozen in my freezer that I'll probably be taking to somebody who's got a saw and cut it in half. And then so I can eat it in 2 portions because that thing is literally like this thick.
Oh yeah,
I kid you not. It's
yeah.
about 4.5 inches thick.
Oh, I remember
And
eating it with you.
yeah, and it's
The first one.
the tray is about 18 inches long and
Yeah.
about 10 inches wide. It's gigantic,
Well,
and
she knows how to feed her baby boy.
she does. Well, there's a reason why I was able to lift what I was able to lift because
That's
mom
it.
can cook. So,
That's it.
but
Well,
yeah,
and thoughts
uh-uh.
and prayers to your mom, and
Yeah,
speedy recovery for her, because what I'm saying, nobody wants anybody to go through that.
yeah, no, it's okay. And then last, we saw this kind of thing that looked pretty interesting.
Oh yes,
And
and we
not
can't
sure how
confirm
legit this is.
exactly. It
Not
was
not
on
sure.
DDP and Butterbean's Instagram, but once
Yeah.
again, it wasn't on Thor, so we don't know
We don't know for sure. Haven't cannot confirm or deny this, but
exactly.
so there could be a small rumor out there on the fight card that Carano and
Ronda Rousey
Ronda Rousey are having, that Butterbean and Thor is going to fight.
box,
Boxing rules.
yeah, titled as the Battle of the Bohemus.
Yeah, which Butterbean's a big dude, but he's not 6'9".
Well, Butterbean's also up
He's
there
also
in age,
yeah, he's getting a
and
little old too.
he, and I don't know if you how if you follow Diamond Dallas Page, but he was
Yeah,
actually pretty crippled there for a while, and I hate to use
yeah,
that word crippled, but he was disabled there for a while, back
yeah,
injuries, and he did a huge comeback with Diamond Dallas Page and
yeah,
the Diamond Dallas House, because Diamond
yeah.
Dallas Page has helped.
This is what we saw today, by the way,
That's
guys.
it. That's it. That's what we saw.
So
Exactly. And
yeah, so that's kind of
he's helped a lot of
interesting.
people. Yeah.
I wonder if AI made that.
Hey, you know what? And like I said, hey, if they're trying to goad it to get it on there, because also too,
Yeah,
this is scheduled for around the same time as the enhanced
there's the
games.
enhanced games, right?
Yes.
So it's like, how do you prepare for boxing and
World record deadlift.
over 1,100-pound deadlift at the same time?
Yeah,
I
because
don't know how
boxing
that
requires
works.
you to really have conditioning. You know what I'm
Which,
saying? Butterbean's not in the best shape either. Even when he was fighting, he was
mm,
what he did 3-round matches. I think they were
yeah,
like 2 minutes around,
hmm,
and he was just knocking people back then. But Thor is a little bit different.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't know how that. I don't know if he can reach him.
yeah. Well, Butterbean even too, when he fought heads down swinging.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's not going
saying?
to work on Thor.
Not gonna work. Yeah,
His head's going to be way up there. But I
way
don't
up
know
there.
how legit this is.
Yes.
But we just saw it today and was like, we'll talk about it anyway
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it
We'll
looks pretty
discuss it.
interesting. But
Very interesting.
I can't see Thor blowing off the deadlift competition
No,
that he
no, I
has
do
with
not
Hoop
see him doing that, especially for the payday
at the
that's going to
games.
have. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
So
especially with the hype now between him and Mitchell and Hooper.
mhm.
he keeps getting bigger. Every
Ooh.
video I see, I'm
Yep.
like, holy
Mhm.
shit. Like
Yes, he
how
does.
he is setting the stage for this lift.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, the thing is, though, is here in Vegas, when he tried the world record here. He tried
Yeah.
it like 11:05 or 11:07 here,
Yeah.
in Las Vegas at the Giants live show that was here, and he had it up to his knees. I think it's in his wheelhouse. The
Yeah.
thing with Hooper is I don't ever think you should probably count that guy out of
Oh yeah.
anything,
Don't put nothing past him. You know what I'm
but
saying? He got the will and determination.
he could be the guy that pushes Thor into a territory that I don't know that's going to be like stratosphere, like 1150 type of thing. So
Yeah.
you just never know, and it's going to be
Never.
fun to
Yeah.
watch. It's going to be really
Yes.
exciting too.
Exactly.
So to see how they go, and that's why I'm looking at this fight thing, going,
Yeah.
this can't be real, but it's worth talking about because if Thor
Exactly.
manages to pull
Exactly.
off fighting Butterbean and then deadlifting
Yeah.
a new world record at the same time,
Yeah.
that's that's
That's
pretty
headlines
bad.
right there.
That's pretty. That's a bad man. It's
Exactly.
just all the way around. That's a bad
Exactly.
man. But
It's a bad
Thor might
man.
not have to get into super crazy physical shape for this. They might keep the rounds real short, maybe only do
Yeah.
3. But I don't know if I don't know how that works. I mean,
Neither do I. Neither do I.
so
You know what I'm saying? Because there's also sanctions. There's also,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? There's, even at the exhibition level, there's certain criteria everyone has to hit.
yeah. But it's still kind of a neat thing. We saw it, thought it was kind of funny, and thought
Oh
we'd
yeah.
share that with you guys. And it's just neat little talking piece. My
Oh
guess,
yeah.
it's probably BS.
Yeah. I definitely agree on that. It's a fun what if.
Yeah, it's a really fun what if, but
Oh yeah.
that's kind of how some things are sometimes. Is like what if,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
I'm excited though to see the Carano Ronda Rousey
Oh
fight. That
yeah,
should be
that's gonna be a great fight. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I wish it would have been with the UFC, but there's
Mhm.
Ronda Rousey, Dana White. I feel don't have the greatest relationship, but
I kind of wish it would have happened like when
oh,
Ronda was
eek.
at the peak because Gina was still pretty good
Yeah,
back then too. So
exactly.
either way, it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing it,
yeah,
even if it's not the two of them at the way they were. It's still going to be fun to watch.
yeah. It's
So
definitely gonna be fun, and it's on Netflix too. So for
yeah,
those who want to know
the
about that
net
fight, it will be on Netflix.
the Netflix.
The
So that'll be
Netflix.
fun to watch. It really will.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
Netflix could pick up the strongest man in history, and you know
yeah.
Brian and Eddie and
Netflix.
me and
Hey,
Robert can
anybody
do a
listening to
few
this,
more
and you know the
episodes.
if you know the Netflix management, Netflix talent coordinations, please
Yeah,
reach out and request
we
the
would.
strongest man in history to be on Netflix.
We would still love to do more of those
Oh yeah,
episodes.
yeah,
We had so
absolutely,
much fun doing
absolutely,
them.
exactly.
But anyway, you got anything else, bud?
Actually, you see
Oh,
this
you
movie
do.
right here.
Oh,
It's
can't see
called
it.
Unlisted Owner.
Unlisted owner?
Yes, it's a horror movie that I was
Oh.
featured in the first 30 seconds of.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Podcaster number 1 was my role. So I will shout it
very,
out. It's on Amazon Prime.
very fitting.
Very fitting. You know what I'm
It's on
saying? So
Amazon Prime. Okay.
Amazon Prime, the director's
Okay.
cut. I'm not in the original. I'm in the
The
director's
director's
cut.
cut.
So just
Okay.
throwing it out there. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
happened to know the director, and he was like, "Hey, can you do this for me?" And then all of a sudden, I'm in a movie.
Right on. I like how that works out.
Oh
That's
yeah.
awesome. I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
have to sit and watch that. There's probably a couple movies I'm gonna try to watch this week. So we'll have some movie reviews for next week as well.
That sounds good.
And I hope you guys are out there doing good. Go out there, stay positive, and then just train hard, train smart, and be the best you can be. Because there's nothing better than being the best you. So, anyway, go out there and have a good day. Thank you
We'll
for
see you
watching.
guys.
Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.
You're listening to the best experience